What's going on, everyone? We've got another unlicensed set from Topps this week. We already saw the return of Topps Chrome Basketball with questionable results. Now we're switching over to football. We've got the brand new Topps Composite Hobby Box. I've already taken a small peek at some of the designs, and I think we're going to be in for a little bit of a better experience this time. So here's all that good, juicy info about the box. These were $250 each during the first pre-sale drop on the Topps website back in mid-July. Now they're going to cost you around $360 to $400 a box as of the posting of this video. So each box has 96 total cards, and we're going to get 3 autos, 1 base refractor or parallel, 1 exclusive geometric parallel, and 5 more parallels on top of that. So this is very important, but this set only has 4 rookies, and they're all QBs. CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis. The rest of the players are all retired vets and legends or Hall of Famers, so if you're buying this looking for any of the current players that you typically find in any Panini product released this year, please do not buy this set under those assumptions. You're only going to get those 4 rookies that I just mentioned and a bunch of retired, but at least good retired players. So Composite is basically a compilation of various Topps brands like Midnight, Cosmic Chrome, Allen & Ginter, and a few other products that they have in their catalog. Each of these different subsets has their own parallel, so there's a ton of different color in here. Just like for Topps Chrome Basketball, I included a link to a document that contains pack odds and other great information, so I would highly recommend taking a look at that before buying anything from the Composite set. For example, those really great looking RPAs that Topps advertised on their social media platforms cannot be pulled in any of the retail boxes, only hobby, so please look into that document just in case you're looking to buy other formats of this product to chase certain cards. We're opening a hobby box, so most of all that really good chase stuff should be pullable in here. Here's some of those Fanatics exclusive athletes that we haven't seen very many autographs of this year, none on the Panini side, except for those Panini instant autos at the beginning of the year. Of course, CJ Stroud had a few Topps Now autos, but it'll be cool to see some more Bryce Young and Will Levis autos in circulation now. So we've got a bunch of different inserts, player worn RPAs, Brady autos, lots of cool stuff, even if it's all unlicensed. So let's go ahead and see what we've got for today. All right, so pack number 1. We've got a Terry Bradshaw on the Topps Chrome. Then we've got a Devin Hester on Topps Finest. We got Jay Novacek on the Topps Chrome Black. We got a Midnight of Steve Young. And behind that we've got Jay Novacek. Okay, so the Midnight cards are a little bit thicker. But behind that, we've got a Jay Novacek Purple Refractor out of 275 for Dallas. And then we've got Dan Fouts on the throwback for San Diego. Another Dan Fouts behind that. And then we've got Wayne Trebet on the Topps Gallery. All right, and pack number 2 on Topps Finest, we've got Chris Collinsworth. We got Donovan McNabb on the Topps Chrome Black. Then we've got a Jim McMahon on the Topps Midnight. Modern Artists, Steve Young. And then behind that, we've got a Cosmic Chrome of Torrey Holt. Then we got a Modern Artist of Tom Brady from Topps Gallery. Danny Amendola. And an Eddie George. All right, next up, we've got a Tom Brady on the Topps Chrome. Nice card. Then we got a Jerry Rice on the Topps Finest. Then hey, we got our first rookie card, and that's going to be Anthony Richardson on the Topps Chrome Black. Then we got a Topps Midnight of Sean Alexander. And then we've got a Sebastian Janikowski red on the Topps Finest, numbered 5 out of 5. That's a cool card, very short printed, out of 5. Then we've got a Chris Collinsworth on the Topps Chrome on the all etch insert. We got Emmitt Smith and Brett Favre on the Topps Gallery. All right, next up we've got Randy Moss on the Topps Finest. We got Boomer on the Resurgence. And we've got a Cosmic Chrome of Hines Ward. And then we've got a Rob Gronkowski on the Topps Chrome. That's a cool looking card. Is that just, I don't know what parallel this is. And then we've got a Mike Singletary on the Topps Chrome, just a regular refractor. We've got Troy Aikman on the Allen and Ginter. We got a Jim Kelly and Ricky Williams. All right, next up, we got another Boomer on the Topps Finest. And we got a Michael Vick on the Resurgence. Got Keenan McCardle on the Cosmic Chrome. And then our first auto is going to be Donnie Shell on the Topps Chrome Black. That is an on-card autograph. And we've got a Bo Jackson on the Topps Chrome. A Voltaic of Warren Moon. And then Chad Johnson and Peyton Manning on the Allen and Ginter. Oh, okay, we got a thick pack here. I think we got something here. Yeah, we got something here. All right. Ooh. All right, so on the Topps Finest, we got a Darren Sproles Resurgence of Jim Kelly. We got a Jerry Rice on the Cosmic Chrome. Then, oh boy. Oh boy, look at that. Anthony Richardson RPA numbered to 5 on the Ignite. Look at this card. Player worn. That is awesome. That is my first Anthony Richardson auto this year. Such a tiny auto. I swear they get smaller every single time. Look at that thing. But I'm still very happy with this card. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 1 out of 5. Alright, so sorry about that. We didn't even finish up the rest of this pack. So we've got Will Levis on the Resurgence. Then we've got a Sean Alexander on the grounded insert from Resurgence. And then we've got an Adrian Peterson and a John Riggins. Next up, we've got Kurt Warner. We got a Zach Thomas. Then we've got a Dante Culpepper on the Topps Chrome Black. We got a Midnight of Charles Tillman. And then we've got a Blue Refractor out of 150 on the Topps Chrome of Joe Montana. That's a cool card right there. Then we got our first CJ Stroud card on the throwback tops right there. And then we've got Zach Thomas and Jerry Rice on the Topps gallery. All right, next up, we got Muhsin Muhammad on the Topps Finest. We got a Michael Vick on the Topps Chrome Black. I really like these black cards. And then we've got a Andre Reed on the Midnight. We've got Darren Sproles Grounded from Resurgence. And then we've got a numbered card out of 325, Keenan McCardell on the Topps Finest. Then we've got a CJ Stroud on the Alt Etch insert, another CJ Stroud, and then another CJ Stroud on the Topps gallery. So 3 Strouds in a row. All right, next up we've got a John Elway on the Topps Chrome. Then Dante Culpepper on Topps Finest. Got a Topps Chrome Black of John Elway. We got a Midnight of Jason Sehorn. A Topps Finest of Maurice Jones-Drew. A Flashbacks of Brady on the Topps Heritage. Then we've got a Jason Sehorn and Sterling Sharp. All right, next up, we've got Adrian Peterson on the Topps Finest. We got Terry Bradshaw, Eddie George on the Topps Chrome, and I think this might be another auto, our last one, and that is going to be Jamal Charles. Hey, that's pretty cool. That is also on card as well. Jamal Charles on the Topps Chrome Black. Then we've got a Fred Taylor on the Topps Finest. Voltaic of Randy Moss. Another CJ Stroud. And then we've got another Stroud on the Allen and Ginter. So tons of CJ Strouds. All right, next up we've got Anthony Munoz on the Topps Finest. And we got an Anthony Richardson on the Resurgence. Got Wayne Trebet on the Topps Chrome Cosmic. We got a Fred Taylor, number 225 on the Alt Etch. Yep. And then we've got a Dexter Manley. And then Howie Long and Dan Marino and Sterling Sharp on the Allen Ginter. All right, and last pack, we've got a Danny Amendola on the Topps Chrome, got Joe Thomas on the Topps Finest, a Maurice Jones-Drew on the Resurgence, Mike Singletary on the Cosmic Chrome, then we got a Jay Novacek, number 2/125 on the Topps Midnight. A pretty cool looking card. Then we've got a Ricky Williams on the Grounded. And our last few cards, or 2 cards, are going to be Kurt Warner and Maurice Jones-Drew. All right, so let's do a recap of our pulls. So over here are going to be some of our Vet and Legend Chrome cards. The Midnight ones are a bit thicker than the rest, but we got a little bit of everything from each set. And that continues over here with this pile. Got a couple of Brady's. They do like the modern artists, and the Topps Chrome does look good as well. Good background choice. And, you know, just looking at all of these in comparison to Topps Chrome Basketball, they definitely did a bit of a better job over here on the football side. And a little bit of that does have to do with the fact that I think football cards are a little bit easier to kind of hide the logos on. It's kind of the opposite of basketball, where the logos are kind of like smack dab in the front of the jersey. So you kind of have to work with those side angle poses, as opposed to football, where the logos are, you know, mainly on the helmet and the shoulder pads. So you kind of have a little bit more room to work with on like some front poses like this. They don't look too terrible. So, you know, aside from that, even like the background design choices are pretty good overall. You know, like this, even this modern artist like insert for Brady, like they did a pretty good job of like blending the player into the background properly. Didn't see that as much with basketball. And then over here are going to be just some of the paperback cards. So a lot of Allen Ginter, some cool flashback cards as well. Another Brady right there. Some throwbacks. So that's pretty cool. And then we got quite a few refractors. We got this Grounded of Darren Sproles, Torrey Holt, Dexter Manley, Fred Taylor, Maurice Jones-Drew, Mike Singletary, Bo Jackson. And then this Rob Gronkowski is, I believe, a sepia refractor. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Still relatively new to Top stuff. I'm more of a Panini guy, so I'm still learning some of these parallels and these sets as I go, but I promise it'll get a lot better. So please feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about anything. And then over here, we've got a Jay Novacek on the Midnight out of 125. Another Novacek to 275, purple on the Topps Chrome. Blue Joe Montana out of 150. We got a Keenan McCardle out of 325 on the Topps Finest. And a short printed Janikowski red out of 5 as well on the Finest. So that's a pretty cool card as well. And then we've got a Fred Taylor to 25 on the All Etch. And a modern artist of Steve Young to 250. Over here are some of our rookie cards, or most of them. And, you know, going into this box, I was a little bit concerned about how many rookie cards we get because there are only 4 in the entire set. But, you know, we pulled 10, which is a bit on the low side for a box like this. But at the very least, they're all QBs, right? So Anthony Richardson, a couple of those on the Resurgence and black. We got the Will Levis on the Resurgence refractor. And then we got a CJ Stroud All Etch, a bunch of other CJ Strouds too. We actually pulled 3 in a row in one pack, which is kind of crazy. And then over here, we've got our 3 autographs, 2 of them on card, which is nice. We got Jamal Charles and Donnie Shell. And then, of course, our best pull and the highlight of the entire box was definitely the Anthony Richardson player worn RPA. No idea where the value of this is going to end up. It is short printed to 5. Nice 2-color patch, player worn at the very least. So super happy with this pull. This is an awesome card. So here's a breakdown of the costs per each type of card. These are fairly standard numbers for a hobby box at this price outside of the number of rookies. That was obviously a bit lower than average, but they are at the very least all going to be quarterbacks like I mentioned. So some of these cards will have some decent value right out the gate since it is a brand new set, but they will more than likely drop pretty quickly as more of the stuff gets opened up and Topps eventually gets the full license, which would render pretty much all the vet cards obsolete. But for now, there is some value. The RPA is not going to be as heavily impacted since these guys don't have any official rookie autos for Panini. Well, Richardson does, but Will Levis and CJ Stroud and Bryce Young do not. And it looks like every RPA they do put in here from what I've seen are player worn, which helps a lot. So that being said, I would give this product a 7 out of 10 if you got this at $250. I think $400 is just pushing it for an unlicensed set of this nature, regardless of how well the designs were done. There are some more expensive unlicensed sets outside of Topps that are pretty solid, but they usually have just autographs in them. So that's a little bit different, but this was a lot of fun to rip open though. So if you got in at the cheapest possible price, congrats, don't feel too bad cracking one open and trying your luck. Like I mentioned, there are some really cool cards that you can pull in this set that will definitely have value. Alright guys, thanks for joining me again. We'll have more reviews coming really soon, so if you enjoyed that opening, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We just hit 1,000 subs, so all of your support helps a lot and will only improve the type of content on this channel going forward. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.